Hello and welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. It's been a while, too long, but I'm very happy to be back. So if this is your first time joining Storytime with Shane, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays, 3 p.m. live on Instagram and YouTube for another 18, 17 days, and then I'll be back live on Facebook as well. But for now, this is what it's got to be. And we always start out story time with a fact. So let's get at her. Here in the drag pit, let's pull up our book of facts. We always bring a fact to everybody. Hi, Jessica Rabbit. How you doing? So yeah, we'll start off with our fact. Little Kids First Big Book of Wear by National Geographic Kids. This is by Jill Esbaum. We'll start out with our fact. And Carla, get a piece of paper and a pen so you can write down what we're going to need for Saturday, because you'll have to help me remember. Jessica Rabbit. Hi, Kitty Black Soul. How you doing, baby? Good to see ya. Welcome back. Sorry I had been gone so long, guys, but here I am. So let's get to our fact. Where does the loudest insect live? Almost had a tongue twister there. Let's figure this out. I think I did this before, but there's a craft on the other page that we're going to do for Saturday. So I thought I'd read this again just in case somebody missed it. I'm not sure if I have. It sounds like I have because it sounds familiar to me, but I also watch a lot of documentaries, so who knows? KK. All right, so here we go. Where does the loudest insect live? Cicadas win the loudest insect award. They are found all over the world. Cicada spends most of its life in the soil, drinking tree sap for food. But when it becomes an adult, it crawls to the surface into the trees and shrubs. Then it sheds its shell-like skin, grows wings, and begins making a loud buzz, buzz, buzz sound. Interesting. The loudest cicada is the green grocer cicada, and it lives near the coast of Australia. And it has a 120 decibel, 120 decibel song that can be heard 1.5 miles away, or 2.4 kilometers for us Canadians. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a noise maker on Saturday. So what you're going to need, put your pen and paper out, parents here, kids, whoever. We're going to need an empty toilet paper tube, markers and or stickers, scissors, wax paper, and a rubber band. All right? That's what we're going to need. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to make, but it's going to be a noise maker. All right? So an empty toilet paper tube, markers or stickers, scissors, wax paper, and a rubber band. Okay? All right. Ooh, it's going to be fun. I better mark this off. Just do this for now. Oh, look who came to join Storytime. Hi, everybody. They're all in here. She's looking around my room trying to see, who is she talking to? She doesn't get it. Yes. All right. She's laying on her bed watching. Well, she was. Now she's roaming around. So let's get to it with our first book. Wonderful Me, I Believe in Me. Donated to me by Jessica Rabbit herself. All right. And this is by... words by Lorie Ann Grover and pictures by Carolina Búzio. I could be saying that wrong. If she was here, I would ask her. All right. I can stand and clap my hands. I can zoom around the room. Hello, kitty. Yeah, she's still watching me. She's looking at me funny. I can dance. Underpants. Dancing in your underpants is fun, but that's something you usually can only do at home. Usually. I can dress and clean my mess. I have a hard time cleaning my mess. And it's not so much mess, it's just I have so much stuff. I feel overwhelmed. I can squeeze and hug your knees. I can eat in my seat. That's what I'm going to do after. Eat. I'm starving. I can spin, smile, and grin. I can jump, tumble, bump. Woohoo! That's fun. I'm not sure what a tumble bump is, but it sounds fun. I can cry, sniff, and sigh. I can ride down the slide. I can sing, bebop bing. Sing it with me, bebop bing. That was fun for me. I don't know about you, but it was fun for me. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that great? I can blow, walk tippy-toe. I can tug and find a bug. Fun. I can see. That's a lot of eyes. Look, it's me. It's me. Like my tie? And today the contacts are really lame. I just have chestnut and ash in. Not lame. They're just not. They just look like eyes. But you can get those Primal Contacts at Primal Contacts, the costume shop, one of the largest Primal Contact carriers in Calgary, if not the largest selection. And yeah, anyways, celebrate the wonder of you, because when you believe in yourself, there's nothing you can't do. Oh, I believe that true. That true? That too, because it's true. Ha ha ha. All right, that's one book down. Now, I'm going to try something new that I'm really kind of nervous about. And it's not something new, like a big new pattern thing, but I had to switch over here. IG kept glitching. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, if you guys are having issues on Instagram, it is live on YouTube right now. Also on Twitch. I don't know how the Twitch is. I have a Twitch channel, but I really don't know what it looks like over there. But yeah, if you go onto my YouTube channel for Shane Onyou, Shannon McPherson, it's there as well. It looks like my friend Jessica Rabbit had to switch over to YouTube. So if you find it's glitchy and you want a little better reception, try YouTube. Anyhow, moving right along, and it will be posted to Facebook later. So if you don't feel like sticking around right now, which would be nice if you did, but if you don't feel like it, that's cool too. All right. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a book that I tried reading all by myself, and it was very difficult. But I've also wanted to challenge myself. So I'm going to try and read it again. It could be hard. So we're going to do that. But that being said, the author of this book, and this is the reason I'm reading the book, is an absolutely phenomenal feminist. So those of you will probably recognize the name, but she has done a children's book as well. And it's Margaret Atwood. And it's called Rude Ramsay and the Roaring Radishes. And it's a real tongue twister because I tried doing it and there's some words that I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing right, but we're going to try. So here we go. Let's see how we go. Give myself a little check here and make sure if there's any kids out there, let me know. You're going to get Chinese food? Stop it. That's not fair. I'm starving. Actually, maybe I'll get Chinese food after. Good thinking. Thanks, Carla. All right. So moving on to this book that I'm really nervous about reading because it's really hard. Okay, so here we go. Rude Ramsay and the Roaring Radishes. Say that 100 times fast. Or even 5. I can't. All right, so here we go. Rude Ramsay resided in a ramshackle, rectangular residence with a roof garden, a root cellar, and a revolving door. A rampart ranged around the right-hand side of the run-down real estate. Residing with Rude Ramsay, who was red hair, were his revolting relatives, Ron, Rollo, and Ruby. They were rotund and robust and were not regaling themselves with rum. When not regaling themselves with rum, they relaxed in their recliners, replaying reams of retro rock and roll records relentlessly. This could be rigorous. Whew. Like, that was a mouthful. So far, we're doing okay, though. So let's try. Yeah, you are a genius. Can't really afford it, but... All right, moving on to the next page. Whew, here we go. When Ron read racing results, Ruby and Rollo regularly rustled up the repast. They roasted rice, raisins, rutabagas, and rhinoceroses. They rolled out reptiles with a rolling pin. They refrigerated rhubarb and boiled ribs, raviolis, and reindeer rinds on the rotisserie. The rice was rock hard, the ribs rubbery, and the ravioli wrinkled, the rhinoceros raw. The reptiles were still writhing, the rhubarb was runny, and the reindeer rinds were rotten. Blech. Every Friday, Rude Ramsay rebelled. This repast is repulsive, he'd report. The rice is riddled with roaches, the raisins are rancid, and the reindeer rinds reek. I feel like regurgitating. Ramsay, you rash, repulsive redhead runt. How rude. Rinse your mouth out with rope, raged Ramsay's revolting relatives Ron, Rollo, and Ruby. Repent, repent. I refuse, retorted Ramsay. Look at that. That's gross. Gross. All that gross food. Ugh. Thoroughly riled, the three revolting relatives rose from their rejected repast and rushed after Ramsay, hurling ratchets, wrenches, wristwatches, rubber boots, and radios, which rebounded off Ramsay's rear. But Ramsay was a rapid runner, and he raced to the roof garden and down the root cellar and around the revolving door until his robust but rotund relatives could no longer respire and required rest. It's a good way to do it. Tucker them out. This ruckus was regarded by numerous raccoons, rabbits, robins, rollicking wrens, and rowdy, raggedy ravens who were roosting on the right-hand rampart, relishing the race and repeating, rah, rah, raucously, whatever that means. What a tongue twister, hey? Yes, just take a quick peek. You are a genius? Yes, about the Chinese food? I agree. And it is a lot of R's. It's like, what? But I think I'm doing okay so far. I'm not sure. Give me a thumbs up if you think I'm doing all right. Here we go. Whew, here we go. Ramsay's only friend was Ralph, the red-nosed rat, a rubicund rodent. While Ramsay reclined upon a rumpled rucksack near the trash heap, rubbing his rust-colored bruises, Ralph rummaged along the roach-riddled rice and the rancid raisins and the remnants of reeking rhinoceroses, remarking, "Rubbish is ravishing to rats. We revel in rotten reindeer rinds." "Ripping for you," Ramsay retorted wretchedly. "You are a rat, but I'm ravenous. All this repeated running around and around is ruining me. I refer also to the wretch-making recipes I am required to devour, and which I resent. I am less robust than my revolting relatives. I am receiving a raw deal." Yep, I agree. I lost my spot. There we go. It rankles. You might rove on the other side of the rampart, reflected one of the raggedy ravens. Relocate your inner realm. Revive your rapport with nature. Refreshment awaits you there. Ooh. I like the raven up there. There's the raven. See him? Isn't he cute? I'm kind of biased, though. I like ravens a lot. Thank you, Kitty. You're doing... Oh, thank you, Kitty. That's awesome. Here we go. Be realistic, Ramsay replied. The rampart is rough. It resides ridiculously high, and it is replete with rocks. I remember a round Roman vaulted rat hole, remarked Ralph the red-nosed rat, while grooming his greasy whiskers. It traverses the rampart, and it might be wriggled through. Risky, retorted rude Ramsay. If I rammed in rather far and unable to retreat, I will repine. Then, if it rains, I will drown. Rigor mortis will set in, as well as wrinkles. I am reluctant. Rise to the occasion, responded Ralph. Resist restrictions. Be rugged. Together the pair resolved to dare the Roman vaulted but risky rat hole, which was crammed with rusty rivets and assorted remnants and the remains of rat nests. And it was dripping with rivulets from the ragged rents of the rodent-riddled rampart. Whew! Ralph rocked recklessly through, but Ramsay had to crawl, creeping over dark rubble and through narrow turnings, ripping his trousers on sharp rocks, wrecking his rubber-soled runners, and scraping his fingers. At last, the rewarding ray of light pierced through the remote end of the rat hole. See it down there? Ooh, there it is. And there they are. There's Rude Ramsay, and there's Ralph the rat, red-nosed rat. To go. All right. Ooh. Ramsay emerged into the resplendent realm, whatever that is. A ranch-sized garden with a river rippling through it. It revealed itself to be to his regard, rendering Ramsay rhapsodic. Woo! A rowboat rocked restfully. Roses enriched the redolent air with their aroma. Raspberry bushes were ranged in reassuring rows. Ramsay roamed among the raspberry rows, ripping off ripe raspberries and cramming them into his mouth. I would do that too. I love raspberries. Ralph rambled restlessly, ransacking the region for root vegetables. Radishes, Ralph briskly reported. Right you are, Ramsay responded, for there, around the corner, were rows and rows of red radishes, ready to be devoured. Surely they were organic. Ramsay hadn't relished a fresh radish ever since he could remember. What a rare treat. Look at that. There's all the radishes down here. See them all? Rows and rows, and it just keeps going and going. Wow. Ramsay wrenched out a radish. He admired its roundness and redness. How crispy and crunchy it would be. But the radish began roaring. Robbers! 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 Replace that radish! Ramsay recoiled. This roaring radish. This is a roaring radish, he remonstrated. It isn't even ripe, and it may have rabies. It bit me. Now all the radishes had ranged themselves around Ramsay, rotating rambunctiously. The region resounded with their roars. Rotten luck, remarked Ralph, wrestling with a rabid radish. His whiskers were quivering with fear. We must retreat. Together they ran towards the Roman vaulted rat hole. The radishes were rolling towards them, roaring like organs. It's kind of scary. All right. Big words. Yeah, some of them are crazy. But then a small girl appeared. She had a red ruffled frock, raven ringlets with ribbons, and ribbed legwear. Over her arm she carried a receptacle for roses and raspberries. Why are you robbing me of my radishes? She queried. What radishes? Replied Ramsay reticently. The radishes had now stopped roaring, and they were resolutely rerouting themselves in the ravaged radish rows. My name is Rilla, the small girl responded, and you must be Rude Ramsay. You recognize me? Ralph was surprised. Only by remote reputation. I frequently hear your revolting relatives repeating that refrain. Rude Ralph, you rash, repulsive redhead, run. They rant. Would you like a rusk? And she offered an assortment of rusks from her receptacle. Ramsay and Ralph each reached for a rusk. Where do you reside? Ralph inquired. In the romantic but recently restored rectory with the rotunda, replied Rilla. Ramsay regarded the rectory. It was indeed romantic. Rhododendrons wreathed around it, fretwork trellises replete with trailing arbutus adorned it, and a radiant rainbow arched above it. Sounds like a pretty place. I want to go to this restored rectory. You must be royally rich, Ramsay remarked ruefully, remembering his own ramshackle residence. His trousers were ripped, his rubber-soled runners were wrecked. He resembled a ragamuffin. Surely Rilla would find him repellent. She would never be his friend. She wished she were a rat. He wished she were a rat. He wished, not she. Until recently, I was rolling in rupees, but they have become rather scarce. My situation, reflected Rilla, is the reverse of yours. You are rude, but at least you have relatives. However revolting, I am refined, but my relatives, although outwardly respectable and refugently attired, they are lacking in rectitude. Whew. They rented a variable regatta of Rolls Royces, but they fell into arrears on revenues. When the rent collector arrived, they all ran off. Some by road, some by rail, revealing no remorse. I have been rejected. No one has rescued me. Also, I am bored. And she released a tear. Cheer up, said Ramsay, robustly. Do not repine. Let's explore the rectory. Friends. See, you gotta make friends everywhere. Ramsay, Rilla, Ron, and the red-nosed rat rambled over to the recently restored but romantic rectory. They reviewed the rotunda, which had a wide range of prolonged reading materials, and the gallery filled with fraudulent Rococo artworks forged by professionals, and in the cellar were racks and racks of rare beverages ruthlessly plundered by the Rillo's rascally relatives. At last they reached the rumpus room. The rumpus room, remarked Rilla, regretfully. But there has never been any rumpus in it. My relatives, though racketeers, were too refined for rumpuses. how I would relish regarding a real rumpus. Your request is my resolve, replied Ramsay with a respectful gesture. Return with me. So Ramsay, Rilla, and Ralph, the red-nosed rat, wriggled back through the Roman-vaulted rat hole and reached the rectangular residence where Ramsay's revolting relatives, Ron, Rollo, and Ruby, replete with rum, were relaxing in their recliners to the resounding rhythms of rock and roll. Ready? Inquired Ramsay. Rilla grinned in a refined but riotous manner. Rotten reindeer rinds reek, and so do Ron, Rollo, and Ruby, Ramsay blared. And your rock and roll records are ridiculous. Ramsay, you rabble-rouser, you're outrageous. Ron, Rollo, and Ruby rose from their recliners like red-eyed rattlesnakes and went on a rampage. What a ruckus. Ramsay raced up to the roof garden, reversed direction, reeled through the root cellar, and round the revolving door, while his revolting relatives hurled ratchets, wrenches, wristwatches, radios, and rubber boots at his rear. But this time Ramsay ran so rapidly that they missed. At last, revolting relatives ran out of steam and relapsed into a recumbent posture. Whew, that was a mouthful. Wow. Feed your pets. It's always good. Keeps freezing. Ugh, you look great. Go to YouTube. Oh, nobody's on there. I've won. It's just you, Carla, I think, watching me. Whew, okay. Okay. I think I got this under control. We're getting close to the end. Oh, Ramsay, that was a real rumpus, trilled Rayla. You may be rude, but you can run with the rapidity that erases boredom. I would be less rude if I resided in a romantic rectory surrounded by I don't know if I can do that word now. Rhododendron. Oh, forget it. Replied Ramsay. And I could eat raspberries and rusks instead of raw rhinoceroses and rancid raisins. True, Rilla responded. And I would be less tearful to acquire a friend is refreshing and as well as reassuring. Do you like rats? Ramsay queried, for it had occurred to him that the arrival of the new friend might cause Ralph to feel repudiated. There are few creatures I adore more than a rubicund red-nosed rodent, Rilla replied, stroking Ralph's fur with terms of endearment. Also, he'll crunch up any roaches that may stray on the run-down side of the rampart. Good thinking. What about rabid roaring radishes? Inquired Ramsay. They regard me as a robber and will relentlessly rend me to shreds. They are not real radishes, replied Rilla. They are robot replicas, cleverly arranged to repel intruders. I will reprogram them so that they will be neutral in regard to you. What a good friend. That's so cool. So, while the raccoons, rabbits, and robins, and wrens, and raggedy ravens, all roosting on the rampart, cheered, Ramsay, Rilla, and Ralph, the red-nosed rat, crawled back through the Roman-vaulted rat hole and romped rapturously along the roses beside the rippling river under the radiant rainbow. Yay! They found each other. That is so cool. I'm so happy about that. The end. So now they have each other. Wow. I am just absolutely aghast. That was amazing. I love it. So I think I can squeeze one more book in. I wasn't sure because I knew that one was a long one. But I'm going to give it a whirly bird. And I'm going to read this one. Because I like this one. And it's quick. But it's good. So, here we go. I hope you enjoyed that Margaret Atwood story. It was, I kind of liked it. Very different. A little tough to say, but still fun. So, anyways, moving on to the last book donated to me by my big sister. I have a big sister and a big brother, so that makes me the baby. And my sister bought this for me through, I think, Chapters Indigo. I'm not sure, but it came to me in the mail. I love getting gifts in the mail. So, it's called Except When They Don't. And I really like this book. Because it's a powerful, except when they don't. You'll see. We'll see. All right, here we go. Except When They Don't. Words by Lorie Gehl and pictures by Joshua Heinsz. Boys play monster trucks with glee. Girls bake cakes and serve hot tea. Girls like pom-poms, pink and jewels. Boys like fighting pirate duels. Girls sashay in sparkly shoes. Boys wear clothes of only blue. Boys cut bad guys down to size. Girls paint purple butterflies. Except when they don't. Boys build spaceships out of blocks. Girls delight in princess frocks. Girls think ponies are a blast. Boys like race cars, loud and fast. Vroom. Girls perform to fairy songs. Boys play football all day long. Boys yell boo and run away. Girls like kittens and ballet. Do they? Except when they don't. Look at that. Football, girls. Ribbon with the dragon or dinosaur, whatever you want it to be. Football player with pom-poms. Loving it, living for it. I'm here for it. All right. You might play with swords and knights. Maybe twirl in flowered tights. You might tuck bears into bed or put earthworms on your head. You might like to paint your nails and maybe hike on nature trails. You might make lots of noise or take bath with mermaid toys. You might think you need to choose dolls or robots, pinks or blues. Except that you don't. Girls and boys like lots of things. Play-Doh, puzzles, queens and kings. Dressing up and making forts, playing house and playing sports. Flying planes and driving cars, hanging from the monkey bars. Gazing up at distant stars, rock and rollin' with guitars. Everywhere from near to far. Okay? be exactly who you are. Yes. Own it and be proud of who you are. I love that. That is the best way to be. Yep. Nobody can tell you who you are except for you. Right? So, that brings us to the end today. It was a pleasure coming back. I'm so happy to be back at it, even though I didn't have many people with me. Hopefully this will make it out to other people. I will have to put a trigger warning with the clowns. I know a lot of people don't like clowns. I love clowns. So, that's just kind of where I'm at. And we need those supplies. Don't forget those supplies for Saturday. Today's only Tuesday. So we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday still. We got another story time, and I'll try to remember to remind you then to get your supplies for our Saturday easy craft. All right. Thanks for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you were all here. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, and peace out for now.